Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
It's William and Andrew here for as long as Andrew can be here. He's not feeling great. So he's going to hang out with us for a little while, maybe, and we'll see how long he can. But he may have to go rest. So I see Mary Ann's here.
Oh, welcome back.
Hello, Mary Ann. Glad to see you here.
Long time no see.
I know. Checked in. I'm glad that we knew you were okay, but it's great to see you back here on the live. Norma is here with us. Hello, Norma. Good to see you here too. Danette is also here with us. Hello, Danette. If you're here, please say hi in the comments and let us know where you're tuning in from or what you had for dinner or, something about yourself. Let's do a meet and greet kind of thing. Cheryl is here. Hello, Cheryl. Teresa is here. Hello, Teresa.
Kind of did a meet and greet in the
Michelle
Design
is
Challenge
here.
group.
Yeah, Andrew started a meet and greet in the Design Challenge group. Did you see that? I feel like my eye is not working today.
My eyes are so dry.
Yeah, my eyes are so dry. I feel like I'm like I have a lazy eye.
We bought water, but we're not allowed to drink the sink water.
Yeah, it's been a big thing here in town. One of our water mains is being repaired. They did a quick fix on it a while ago, and apparently it needs a major repair, and they're working on that. And they brought in some. Barnaby wants to say hi. He's sitting in my lap. He said, "I want to say hi to everybody." So there's Barnaby. Say hi,
He
buddy.
says, "Hey, Cinnamon."
He says, "Hey, Cinnamon. Haven't seen you in a while, Cinnamon."
He says, "Hey, what's up, Cinnamon?"
He wanted to say hi. He's been in my lap waiting. So yeah, a water main broke in town and they're fixing it, and they have another municipal authority sending us water in the meantime, but the water is it's going through pipelines, I guess, that could be contaminated. So we have a boil before we use notice out there. And we have to conserve as much water as possible. So that means quick showers, and we're not using it for brushing our teeth. So we went and got some bottled water yesterday, and we have a few springs nearby that we may go get more instead of paying for it again. But
Do you have a water mule or something?
they do have they have a giant water mule. I guess you can go fill up with non-potable water. But the spring that we know of that's around here, or fairly close, it's actually close to where we used to live, has good drinking water. So we can use that.
The water there is actually better.
Yeah, the water there is fresh and good.
It doesn't taste like a bottle of Clorox.
Yeah, so
with some pool water mixed in.
Right, we'll probably go get water there. This is going to be at least through Wednesday. They have to do 2 different tests that come back negative for organisms, and apparently there's some kind of oils in our water too, possibly. I don't know.
I wonder why if that's why I don't feel good.
I don't, maybe because we didn't know about it. Luckily our neighbor Susan, who may be here, I haven't seen yet, sent us a message and kind of made me look it up and figure out what was going on. But before we had gotten that, we had brushed our teeth, and I had taken a big drink of water that morning, and so who knows.
Well, I noticed that the toilet, it looked like I didn't flush, and I was like, I thought I flushed the toilet.
Yeah, I woke up the one morning, I'm like, did Andrew not flush the toilet? But yeah, it's just dirty water. It's not too bad right now because they are sending water from the other municipality or municipal system. So it's pretty clean, but it could be running through, I guess, pipelines that are dirty. So they have to do 2 different tests that come back negative for all of this, and they have to be 24 hours apart. So I guess they did a test. They're going to do a test tomorrow, and because they said this is going to go on at least through Wednesday. So they said they found the place where they need to, which I didn't think they had to find it because I think they knew where it was. But they have located the spot where they needed to do the repairs, and they're working on it. So we're going to be without drinkable water for at least another 2 days. And I am drying out because we're like, when you buy water, you're like, you you conserve it. You have this like little, like I've been sipping on this glass of
water.
this juice water for like, so good, everybody. So good. So refreshing as my lips are like drying out and crunching up and my eye is drying. Like, so, modern world and all, but first world problems. First world problems.
Non-drinkable water is pretty third world country.
So, yeah. So, well, I guess just having to go like 2 days or 3 days. Well, it's going to be like 4 days. Is a little,
Tomorrow's voting also.
Is tomorrow voting? Mm-hmm. See, I don't even know these things. I've been missing everything. So let me say hi to everybody. Michelle is here. I said hi, I think, to Michelle. If I didn't, hello. And thank you, Michelle, and your husband for your anniversary little gift. We appreciate that. Marianne says, feel better, Andrew. Susie is with us. Donna is with us. Says, hello, William. Hey, Marianne, missed you, right? Cindy, our friend Cindy from California, is here again with us. Thank you for tuning in. Oops, and everything just jumped. It just jumped. Okay, Lennis is here. It looks like I saw someone say hi to Lennis. Let me scroll back. Boy, we got the whole crew here today. There's 20 people watching, but I feel like there are more than 20 names down here. We have Facebook user hello from Central California. Don't know who you are, but hello. Thanks for tuning in. If you go to StreamYard, StreamYard, StreamYard.com/Facebook, you can re-sign up and make sure we can see your name.
Is it Susan?
I don't know.
From Modesto?
From Modesto. Who are you? Who are you? Let's see here. Michelle says hi to all the AG Bead fam out there. Hello, hello. Donna, Danette had tacos for supper. Ooh, that sounds so good. I don't know what we're gonna have for supper. Probably more spaghetti. We made quick spaghetti with the bottled water last night. So maybe more spaghetti. I don't know. I don't feel like going to the supermarket, but because it's so late, but it's not. It's 6:41 right now. It feels like it is like 10:30. I am not used to this yet. Marion says my eyes are dry too. Bought some hydrating eye drops. That's what I should use. I have enough from when I have a lot from when my eye went crazy and got red and all that.
You said it was starting.
I know. I'm like, I don't want it to do that again because it was like months. It was red. Finally got it to go away, and now we're dehydrating. Yay. Marianne says hi, Barnaby, or more like hey, Barnaby. Our friend Tony is here. Says hi, cutie pie, Barnaby. Barnabas Prime. Good to see you here, Tony. I hope all is going well for you. Let's see. Facebook user says hi, handsome kitty. See, Barnaby? He just loves the attention, right? Donna's eating fish and a tossed salad and watching the live. Nice. Danette says, keep your bottles, go to Lynn Run and get water. We have a secret water source.
Also, it's not treated like that.
Yeah, they don't treat it like they do in Lynn Run. They don't have to.
Lynn Run, sometimes it gets fecal contamination because they have a bathroom that's nearby.
That's no good.
So they shock the water. And I think they close some of the fountains.
Yeah, sometimes they do that. So we got a good source of water that is clean and fresh.
It looks kind of like from It. You know that movie It?
When you try and go to it.
It looked pretty creepy.
It looks like a creepy area, but it's good. It's good. Trace says, I used to get water to spring every week. I love spring water, right? Fresh spring water. We had a few of them growing up near our house, and we'd go and get water every once in a while because where we grew up, we had iron in our water for a long time. So we'd often go and get spring water, but then they brought the city water through, and then we didn't have to deal with that. Danette said, there's a spring coming out of the hillside on 56 close to Johnstown. That is good water. Yes, that's one of the springs that we used to go to.
That's dangerous, though.
That is along the highway.
People drive so fast.
There's one in Armagh, right across from Griffith's Bar. I don't know if it's still there. I think it is. We used to get water there mostly because that's where we close to where we grew up. So in Armagh, right along, that's technically 56, I think, heading that way. But that's heading,
Is that where the old high school was?
that's close to, it's heading toward the high school. And they had good water there. There's our neighbor, Susan. She is here. Hello, Susan. Thank you for tuning in. Our other friend, Susan Surreal, is here. Thank you for tuning in. Lena says, I keep trying to get Poopy to store water in the basement. It's that emergency training, but he just laughs at me. Yeah, we when we were in our apartment, we used to store water.
We still store water.
We do still store water. Even though it's less needed now, but in our apartment, if the well went out, we didn't have any water. No pressure at all.
Flushing the toilet.
Yeah, flushing the toilet is good. And you could fill up the back of the toilet with the water from the storage. So in our apartment, we used to really do that. We still have some here as well, but we need it less because, at least usually the water can get dirty here with city water, but there's usually water pressure for the most part. And we usually,
if the power went out.
If the power went out at our apartment, the well went out too. The pump went out, so you didn't have any water. Here, if the power goes out, we still have water because it's pressurized from the city. But yeah, so we need it less here, but it's in our brains and we just do it. And we have water stored in case we ever need to flush toilets or use it like that. Let's see.
Here you have it to water plants, but
yeah, we have used it to water plants before.
But I don't think we actually water our plants, so we don't actually water our plants.
We do water our plants usually, but that's with the dehumidifier, so it makes enough water. Usually we don't need it.
In the summer.
Marion says stored water needs replaced quite often. Yeah, it does. It does.
That's not for drinking.
No, it's not. No, it's not that kind of water. It's like to pour in the back of the toilet tanks, and things like that. Other Teresa is here. Jennifer is here. Thank you for joining us.
It's Jennifer.
Jennifer Gamble. Let's see. Sorry if I'm missing any names that keep skipping. Suzanne says hi. Barnaby Cinnamon says hello. His tail went. Danette says you're right. Lynn water does taste like chlorine at times.
Yeah, because they shock it.
Yeah, they shock it with the chlorine. Let's see. Suzanne is here.
I got scared straight. How they used to take the kids to the prison and make them talk to the inmates, and they had a show about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they said that it had fecal contamination, I was like,
that was all it took.
Right.
He's like, never going there.
Nope.
Michelle says, William, I sent you an email to buy some store items, head pins, Toho beads, and delicas. I did get it. I have to sort through things. I don't know if we have any Toho. We have delicas, but I don't think we have any Toho. Which I wanted to check with. That's why I didn't answer, because I wanted to check with Andrew to make sure, because I am not an expert in these things. Let's see, but we did get it, and I will get back to you soon. We don't have a ton of head pins right now, but I'm gonna look and see if we have what you might need.
What kind of pins you need?
Silver and gold, and they must be small enough to go through 2 to 3 millimeter seed beads and faceted gemstones.
Should have it. So
we'll see what we have. I'm running low in the store, but Andrew may have stashes too.
In theory, we have lots
somewhere. Let's see here. Suzanne says our water is supposed to turn salty. Why is it turned salty? Suzanne.
Why is it supposed to? We used to use the salt to filter the iron and stuff out. A water softener.
Marion says my dad spent a lot of time keeping our well working well. Yeah.
That's a hard thing.
Yeah.
We kind of gave up at the cottage.
Danette says, wish I knew where your secret spring water source is. My husband and I have well water, lots of iron, and when your power goes out, yep, no water, pump goes out. Yes. We'll let you know when you come visit next time, Danette.
Just tell it.
I know you're coming up soon, you said.
Stop Midget Camp Road.
It's like Midget Camp Road.
They saved you a trip.
She's coming anyway. Said we finally bought a generator to keep the well pump going. Yeah, you need one of those or it doesn't work, right? Suzanne says climate warming, we won't be able to drink it.
Ooh.
That's not a good. That's
Do
not
they have
good times.
desalinization in New Orleans?
You would think. Do they have that desalinization?
I don't know if they do it there.
Denise is with us, our neighbor Denise. What? Denise Glover, what?
Long time no see.
I know, hello. We have 30 people watching. I guess you all want to see some beads and some fetishes, huh?
Well, they probably also want to hear about how we're having a sale in the store.
Maybe they're wondering about that.
And so the sale is not for pickup, just so you know. Everybody, it's not for pickup.
What do you mean?
Like if you order something in the online store and then pick up in the in-store.
Oh, you can pick up. You can order through email and pick up if it's in-store stuff, but it is not for online, right?
But the sale is not for that.
No,
because it's different stock.
Yes, but if you see something in like found in store and you want to pick it up, you can do that. But you can't order from the online store and say pick up. Okay, now I'm getting 20%. So
no workaround.
No.
At least not for current.
Marianne says because New Orleans hasn't had enough rain and salt water is creeping into the groundwater.
Oh,
that makes sense.
The aquifers not replenishing.
Everyone's saying hi, Denise. Hi, Denise. She said they do not have desalinization.
They probably will now.
Right. Danette says curious about the fetishes. Michelle says sent you a new customer. Thank you. Julie Liston is with us. Hello, Julie.
Did you get your painting, Julie?
Yeah, did you get that yet? Did it arrive?
Did you like it?
Hopefully it arrived okay. I had to ship that from my other job. So hopefully it's there by now. I would think so. Should be by now. Michelle says someone's looking for specific beads. So I said, go to your store or online, and she was happy. Julie says, didn't get it yet. We might have to do a tracking on that.
You send a UPS?
It was sent, I think UPS. It was sent UPS.
So big.
Yeah, because it was so big. It couldn't go. It was sent UPS, I think. So hopefully all went okay. They haven't told me that it came back, so hopefully.
We'll find out tomorrow.
I know, when I go there tomorrow. Susie says we've had lots of issues with water and drainage in the last year. We had an HVAC truck in front of our building for like a month this summer. It sounded like a flight deck of an aircraft carrier. That's no good.
Suzanne?
No, Susie Wyatt. Denise says, I finally got one of your pottery pieces, purchased it today. I'll pick it up when I come up. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you found one. Which one did you get? One of the new ones today? I just put 2 more in the online store today, and I like them a lot. I like the colors that came out on them.
The new ones?
Yeah, the pink ones.
I like those. Those turn out good.
And at first, I don't know which one you got, Danette, but at first, the one that looks like it's smushed, I didn't like it at all. I was like, I'm just going to smash this. I'm just going to... And then my teacher was like, no, don't smash it yet. She said, because you should glaze it and see if you like it after that. And I'm glad she did it because it's now one of my favorite pieces because it looks like it's slumped. I think it's really cool. She got the shorter.
Looks tired like me.
Looks tired like it. Looks tired like both of us. Dennis has got the shorter one. The shorter one's cute too. I like the way that the glaze came out in that one. Okay. I'm so excited, says Julie. Have a special place I've saved for it. I'm gonna have to.
It's a big spot.
I'm gonna have to track that because that's concerning me now.
Oh well, it's too late.
I'm sure it's fine. If nothing else, it'll come back and we'll resend it. That's all.
I can paint it again. It's not like I'm dead yet.
Right. So yeah. So we're having a sale in the physical store is what we're getting to here. We're calling it a pre-holiday sale. We went through a bunch of different names, how we were going to call it, what we're going to do. There's Sparkletastic.
That
There,
got shot down
it was like Black Friday every day. There are a lot of stores starting Black Friday like now.
yesterday, last week.
Yeah, and we're like,
huh?
So we were like,
They can
okay.
get that money early.
Yeah, they're like Black Friday every day. So we're like, maybe we should do like a riff on that, do Black Friday every day. But instead, we called it a pre-holiday sale because we know a lot of you might need to stock up for your holiday making. And this is probably a time when you're looking to make a lot of gifts for people, or you're looking to make things for holiday markets that may be coming up. So we have a 20% off in store, in the physical store, not the online store. And I know a lot of you aren't close, but we're going to get to that part too. So if you are local enough, you can come up. It's running for the entire month of November, starting today. So 20% off.
We're closed tomorrow.
We're closed tomorrow. Our helper had to take the day off, and I have to go to my other job, and Andrew has to get ready to go if he's able, since he's not feeling great.
I need to get a new COVID test just to make sure.
Yeah, probably need a fresh COVID test. Hopefully. We've been doing some traveling, and we went to places.
All these people like to hug. I'm like, we don't hug anymore.
Hugging is out now.
We're hugging now.
Yeah. So
it didn't stop people grapple me.
I know. So Andrew has to stay away from the kittens, I guess, until he gets tested.
I'm sure I'm fine.
He's like, I'm fine enough. No, but it probably is the water. Who knows?
Yeah, because I have a raging headache. And it's not like a normal.
Well, it's also harder to make coffee when you don't have enough water.
Oh, probably.
So yeah, there's Harry. Hi, Harry. Thanks for joining us. We have 29 to 30 people watching somewhere in there. Thank you all. So in-store sale going. Andrew's like, back on track. In-store sale is going through the end of November. It's a long time. We don't ever normally do this. But we also said that we give our online people so many different sales throughout the year. And all of our people in town, while they could, take part in that sale online, it's not quite the same. So we decided that let's have a big old sale in the physical store. We are not like, it's like as supplies last here, y'all. So it's not like we're bringing in a ton of new stuff to replenish all the time. But what we have in the store is 20% off. And Julie said, husband said that he got a notification UPS tomorrow. Oh, good. Boy, that took a whole week because we sent it out last Tuesday. But good. No matter what, I don't care how long it takes. I'm glad it got there or is getting there. DominionMovement.com is here. Hello.
So you going to tell it, or am I going to tell it?
What are we telling?
So one of the reasons why we're doing this, not just to be all like nice and stuff, is because we're thinking about moving.
That's true. I didn't know how much we were talking about it.
Why not?
We are thinking of moving the physical store out of Ligonier. Maybe our house out of Ligonier. We do have a building in Johnstown
that
sits empty right now, and that was going to be Butcher Block Gallery,
but
and it's still May, but we are, this year has been a heck of a lot harder than any of us anticipated.
In some ways it's really good, but in some ways it's been like so hard, and I think part of the reason why it's been so hard is just fatigue. Like, we've been running at full tilt and then some for years. And like before, we kind of had like, there were like breaks.
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, like, we didn't go live after we came home from the store work every day. And while we love hanging out with you, and I love this part of the day,
it's probably my favorite.
I know. It is also an additional 1 to 2 hours of extra, 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 1 to 2 ho kind of on time. It's like being at a show every weekday.
But also, we have to work. Then, when you get off the live, then we work usually until about midnight every night.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, when we
and
were
then I work until
he does the nighttime shift,
dawn.
and then I get up and do the day shift. So it's been, yeah, we've been doing this for years, and we have honestly plateaued. And so we're looking at how we might be able to downsize if our expenses are not going to plateau because they seem to keep going up, then we need to downsize.
Mm-hmm.
So when your income plateaus but your expenses don't, you need to make a change. So
we could just keep going, but I feel like it's not sustainable.
yeah, we could keep going for a little while.
Probably a couple years.
But our energy is waning. And so we are looking, we have multiple options. Nothing has been decided yet.
No.
We have multiple options. One of those is that a miracle happens and things pick up and we can stay exactly as we are and we bring in more money. And it all works out.
In the physical store.
In the physical store. That would be the most wonderful thing because we wouldn't have to move anything. But
I'm okay with moving.
Andrew's like, I'm okay with moving.
I like our neighbors and stuff, and I like our house, and I like that we've been here for 12 years and we put down roots.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it might be time for
Susan says, you can't leave the neighborhood. I know. And that's the thing. So that is the option. That is one thing that we have little control over, because we are working as hard as we can to attract, an audience. And we post in so many different groups locally. We talk about our classes. We talk about what we do and making jewelry and crafting and our book club. And it's not growing right now. So unless
it's just changed.
Yeah.
People buy things differently now.
Yeah. People are not coming into the store anymore to buy things. So the other option is we move Allegory Gallery out of Ligonier into the Johnstown building and do that for a little while we commute back and forth and see how that goes. That would save us on the overhead of renting and all of that at the store. And that is probably the most immediate thing and the easiest thing that could happen.
The most likely.
And the most likely thing to happen. And then after we do that for a while, possibly a year or so, and see how that goes, then we determine whether or not we move the house and move our lives and sell the cottage, because that would be a commute at that point, and move our lives to Johnstown. Which Johnstown is where my grandparents came from. I have no problem being in Johnstown. We have a connection there that way. And there is a growing metalsmithing and jewelry making and crafting community in Johnstown right now. It is starting to grow, and it is,
somebody got 1.5 million, and I was like, dude, what? There's no people who come and take classes here. How did you get all this money?
Yeah. So
anyways, I'm not going to get in trouble because those are my new friends.
So there's a chance that we could really do something great in Johnstown. So we're having the sale to kind of see what happens.
Buy all the big stuff so you don't have to move it.
Right. And if the sale does really well and people find us again and start coming into the store, and that might be something that we don't have to change then. But we're playing it by ear very much at this point, but we have plans for just about everything that could possibly happen.
Mm-hmm. I've been posting buildings we've been looking at.
Yeah, Andrew's been posting houses and buildings and studio space and lots of things.
Somebody
so
give me
cheap.
19,000 right now, and so I can buy a shirt.
So, but he's also posting them not just for us, but if any of you out there are looking for a move and looking for a cheap place and want to get in kind of with us on a ground floor kind of Renaissance type thing.
See, that's the other thing is like people Here, one of the things that we've encountered is that people don't want to move to that area because it has a bad reputation.
Yeah.
However, it just takes a couple of people to turn it all around.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I lived in Bushwick. They used to tell me that I would get killed if I lived in Bushwick. And now the cheapest building is probably 1.5 million.
Yeah. Well, you did see what didn't you see in a hallway one time or in a
That was
staircase?
in the Bronx.
In the Bronx.
But that area too.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had a place in the Bronx now. Yeah, so that's what's happening. Because a lot of people have been asking, like, what's going on? Are you closing? We're not
Maybe.
we're not planning to close. The other option, which we didn't really discuss yet, is to close physically Allegory Gallery, go completely online, and open Butcher Block Gallery instead, and teach classes and teach metalsmithing there, and just have Allegory Gallery be an online-based retailer.
Or we just do both, but smaller and kind of
Mixed.
because it's not a big space.
No.
So we can't.
It would be hard to do both, but we could possibly incorporate both depending on how we arrange stuff. All right. Dinesh says, too bad you weren't open last Saturday, the 4th. Ligonier was packed. Went to Agway to get bird seed. Seemed like Fort Ligonier days all over again.
Nah.
We drove through, and I know there were a lot of people, but that was the market. And people come for the market, and our experience has been they do not often shop.
They might pop their head in, but then they leave.
They are not. They're looking for finished crafts. They are not crafters themselves in a lot of cases.
And that's the thing, is like, if we decided to do this, we could go and start doing markets. It's just a whole different thing.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily want to get into that because
I would rather not.
Because it's hard. I mean, it's
you all know. A lot of you know what markets are like.
It's physically demanding.
We've been there, done that.
And setting up in a muddy field in the dark
at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
I've done that. I don't really want to do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, the money is good though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is if
it
you
can
get
be.
in.
So let's see. Everybody's what are we doing here? Let's see. Lenna says all the driving to and heating the studio in the winter so tiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The studio, we have to keep the pellet stove going.
Right. Yeah.
Which is not a problem if Barb is coming in, but sometimes if my schedule doesn't align, I miss when the pellets.
We're just driving up to do the pellets, and then the pellet stove takes, if you miss it, it takes a while to start back up. It's just, then you're sitting up there and you feel like you can do something, but it's not enough time to really stay. It's hard. Harry says, I'm in the same boat. I think I will end my Etsy shop after Christmas. Sales have dropped like crazy since March. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Harry. Yeah, it's been hard. It's like trying to figure out what is going on in the world and why is impossible. Like, this is the hardest. We've been doing this for 12 years, and these have been the hardest few years. Really, this year. This year is when everything is just like piled up right now.
It was harder before.
But we made it.
Yeah, it was. 2018 was probably the hardest year because that's when they had all the construction in town. Was that when there was in the construction?
Yeah.
And I used to have to travel. I went and I worked freelance for other people.
Yeah,
and
that was hard on you.
I don't know. I never want to do that again.
Yeah, Andrew was flying to California and Minnesota and just helping other people do shows and stuff.
Just to scrape by.
Teresa says, how far away is Johnstown? It's Johnstown. What about William's job? Johnstown is actually
closer.
It would be closer, if not equidistant, just the other way. So if we moved to Johnstown, it would be just as easy to get to my other job.
The thing is that if we moved into the apartment above the shop, which we don't necessarily want to do because we like John and his family, and we don't want to displace them. But if we did that and we just moved in there, in theory, we could cover William's job would cover our expenses if we did
Probably, yeah. If we sold our house, sold the cottage, moved into Johnstown, into that one building that we have, my other job alone would cover most of our expenses.
And
So,
anything we made
and anything we made in the store, online at allegorygallery.com, all that would just be plus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really like the just sell everything and go. But we also don't want to displace our tenant, which is because we like him and he's a good guy. So
then again, the mortgages there are so cheap that one live, if we had one good live a month, it would pay the mortgage there because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
One of the buildings we looked at is $19,000.
Yeah, that's like a $200-$300 mortgage a month.
Or pay out.
Well, less than that, actually. A lot less than that.
In theory, you could pay in cash. Well, we couldn't pay in cash.
Yeah.
But in theory, somebody could pay in cash.
Anyway, Terry, how far is Johnstown? From where? From Ligonier? Johnstown is
30 minutes.
What, 30 minutes? We do it by minutes here, not miles. 30 minutes or so. Marianne says change is inevitable, right? Lena says, Harry, I think you have enough fans to have your own site. You definitely could, Harry. You could go live and people would love to see you, I think.
Do your Shopify's.
Dominion Movement says, what about switching from beads to more gemstones art objects? It's kind of we have it all. Right now in our store, we have beads, we have gemstones, and we have art objects.
That's what we did. We moved to a bigger space thinking that we needed to diversify our offering.
Yeah.
And it kind of helps, but
yeah. I mean, we do sell a lot of those things, but it's just numbers are down. Numbers are down.
You can't force people to come in the store.
No, or force people to like what you have.
I know. It's like
make that jewelry. Sit down.
Buy that African statue.
Put that on a string. Yeah, you can.
No, but it's like when I was talking to one of my friends and she owns a restaurant and she's like, I don't know. I don't understand. And then she sat with me the one day and then she saw people, they walk in and then they walk out.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, when somebody walks into our restaurant, usually that means they're going to be a customer. Yeah. Almost 99% of the time.
If you walk into a restaurant and it's not like there's no wait, you're going to eat there.
Because you're hungry.
Yeah, you're hungry and you walked in there because you had an idea you liked what they had. But when you walk into a bead store,
unless you are a beader, then it's like the flip of the coin whether if they stay or
not. Because we have beads art jewelry, so people are like, oh, let's go in, and then when they actually get in there and realize it's mostly beads, then it's like, oh, we get a lot of people who do like half a lap around the store and just leave. And that's what it is, and that's the nature of the thing.
But also, we don't get the same foot traffic we used to.
No, the foot traffic is way down.
We used to it was like not necessarily a steady stream of people, but like in the old times when I used to be there used to be buses that would come, and all the merchants, when they saw the buses come, they'd run to their stores. And you would get a flurry of like 30 people shopping all at once. Boom, 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 boom.
I was there today. A friend visited, and 2 families from Pittsburgh who were just out for the day. They were not coming to buy beads. They were not coming to learn how to make jewelry. They were just out, walking in the nice weather. And so there were no sales today. And that was all the people that came in the store on a beautiful, it was a 60 to something degree day here and sunny. So
there's a 20% off sale going on.
There's a 20% off sale.
And not even one sale.
Yeah, Dinesh says, I've seen the houses Andrew's posting a lot have hot water radiator heat, which is awesome heat. Yes, it is. Keeps houses warmer longer. That's what we have here. We have hot water. We have the little, they look like electric ones, but they're hot water. And we like it a lot. Michelle
Barnaby
says, I saw
loves
them
it.
too. Some really cheap prices. Yeah. Barnaby loves it. He lays in front of those heaters and just
Puts his body on
puts
it.
his whole body on them. Marianne says that bigger building at 298,000 was kind of awesome, if not realistic. Even if not realistic.
I mean, if we found the right people to go in on that, it would be very doable.
Yeah.
However, if it's just me and William, we would have to sell every single thing we had.
We would be in more debt than we are now.
I don't think so. We would be kind of in the same spot that we are now if we did that. And I don't think, like, if we sold our house, sold the cottage, and we sold Butcher Block, I think we would be like, it would be like the same amount of bills.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a little bit more. But in any case, we're not doing it by ourselves.
No.
That's a no.
But it's a cool building.
That's a no. Michelle says, compared to where I live, right? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Lena says, I could work at Butcher Block and your tenant handy guy could fix up my new church house. You could do it, Lennis.
You miss your husband, though.
Yeah, you might miss your husband a little bit, right? Let's see. Sorry. Things skipped a lot.
The only thing that is that Butcher Block is not necessarily quite big enough for me to put my studio. So
No.
we would have to like gut the garage and put it and insulate the garage, which would not be that bad.
Yeah.
But again, we don't want to displace our tenant.
No. Donna says, not a fan of setting up in a market setting. No.
Some of our friends do markets.
Susie says a lot of people nobody looking to buy really lately, wanting to pick up something at Walmart prices. Yeah. Dominion says, whatever works for you guys. I love you guys. After finding your walking tour video this summer, I can see what people might be willing to buy as precious stone decor, etc. Possibly, but I don't know about around here. Around here, it's different. Maybe.
You're trying it.
Michelle says, haha, we pay $2,200 a month.
Yeah, you got a mansion here.
Yeah, you would have a nice house here for that kind of money.
You wouldn't have work.
You wouldn't have work, right? Let's see. Donna says, geez, that is something to think about. Let's see. Cindy says, I would come in if I was close to the bead stores I used to go to are gone. Yeah, and we've tried to hold out for so long, knowing that so many physical bead stores are closing, but we are getting to the point where we're endangering ourselves if we don't make this change. And it's great to be here for the community and try to do it, but if the community is not there anymore, we can't keep pushing to create it.
Well, we thought maybe if we start doing in-store events again, it would draw people.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't even come for free classes, and so it's hard to justify, all of that. Mm-hmm. And you're giving stuff away and people still don't come.
Yeah, right? Yep. Let's see who else. Brooke came in. Hello, Brooke. Sorry if I'm missing things. I'm just scanning the comments at this point because there's a lot of them, and we got to get going with this show, right? Donna says, don't get me started on people not understanding my prices. Yeah. Marion says, people do have less disposable income the last 2 years. Definitely true. I
think stuff is like just catching up. Like it was messed up before, but it's catching up is what it is. It's like And there aren't like government programs anymore
Mm-mm.
for like saving small businesses.
No, they're not. It's not helping. And like we keep saying this, it's like prices, like people, like our sales numbers kind of are catching up to pre-pandemic numbers, but everything else is so much more expensive right now. So yeah, people have to buy groceries, people have to do things, and we know that. But you know, there's there is a definite difference in how people are shopping though, and you know, our split used to be much more evenly split between online and in store, and now a lot of people just they're going more online.
It's shifted. It's probably, it was during the pandemic 80/20. It's probably more online.
Yeah.
I would say even like almost 90/10.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there just is a point where you have to just be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
There's other options. Like there's one building in town that is on East Main Street, and if we got that, we could move it there, and our expenses would be cut by half. But that doesn't guarantee the foot traffic is gonna, that doesn't solve that. So
Brooke says, also, it seems like no one does much beading anymore. In most of my craft groups, I seem to be the only beader. And I think that is a point because a lot of bead stores have closed. So there is less
active recruitment.
There's less active recruitment there. There's a less of a chance of somebody learning how to do something in person. And I mean, there are still like we still have a knitting store in town. There's still a yarn shop in town, and you still find yarn shops around, I think, more often than beading stores. We go to big cities, and there's usually a yarn shop there. There's
But
not a
also,
bead
they
store.
own their building, so
Yeah.
and that has long been paid off.
But I'm not just talking about them. I'm talking about I mean, most big towns have, like people say, they get together, they do yarn work. They like, so some of those things, I think the fact that there aren't as many beaders is because there aren't as many bead stores around anymore.
But also, Kathy's famous, so
Well, you used to be famous too.
not like that. I'm not friends with what's her name, Nora Roberts.
Marion says, I definitely shop more online partly because I can do it any time of the day. Yes, that's a big thing. People's lives are busy right now.
But you know what? The thing is like we have offered time and time again. I'll meet somebody in my pajamas at 3 o'clock in the morning if they're going to come in and shop.
Yeah.
But you know how many times we've done that? Twice. It was the same person.
Yeah. Yep. Danette says, it doesn't seem like East Main Street in Ligonier gets much foot traffic.
You know, we used to do better there, though.
East Main Street is now a little bit, I think, better than West. It used to be, we'd always look at West Main Street like, they get everybody. We move over there, now it's like East Main Street. Now they get everybody. You just, it is what it is.
It's always the grass is greener, I think, here.
So anyway, so that's that. That's what's going on. That's one of the reasons, back to why we're having a 20% off sale in the physical store, because we might move. So we're going to reduce that inventory because our footprint is going to have to be smaller if we do move to Johnstown, because our building's a little smaller than what we have now. I don't know if it's smaller, it's just set up differently.
There's also a crystal shop around the corner that's already there, and I don't want to compete.
Yeah, so we would cut out a lot of our crystals and specimens and go back to basics on beading and stringing and jewelry making. So that's why that's one of the reasons we're having a 20% off sale. The other reason could be if a ton of people come in for the sale and they're like, oh, there's a bead store here. And then they start coming in for classes and start coming in, and we get more of a culture going again around here, then maybe we don't have to do any of this.
A lot of the things that is like, we get young people, and we actually see a lot of young
Yes,
people
we
in
do.
this store. However, they don't stay. They go off to college
Yep.
and then they leave.
Yeah, we get a lot of young people taking classes and learning how to make things, and then this area just does not foster permanence for them. Like a lot of people go to school and they leave the area,
and then they come back to retire.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes they come back to retire. So, all right.
And I know this because I sat on the comprehensive plan committee for the county, and so I helped. I saw all the numbers for the strategic plans, and so I know they had like a doomsday proclamation, and we were all like, no, it's not going to come true. And it's starting to come true. We're starting to feel it.
So the moral of the story is most likely Allegory Gallery entirely is not going anywhere. For most of you out there who watch us live, we still plan to do this. Even in the scenario where we close the physical store entirely, we will still have an online store. That's still planned. We will still come live to you. We will still sell online. We will still ship things to you.
I probably couldn't get another job.
Andrew's like, I don't know if anybody would hire me.
There is an opening at Touchstone, but then we have to move close to there.
Yeah.
And I'd have to quit the board.
And then I'd have to find another job closer.
So probably not.
No. So we'll still be here. We'll still be coming online. That's still the plan.
Sorry for me and throw me a bone.
There you go. We still
for the entry level position.
We're still planning to be here, probably mostly unchanged for a lot of you. It's just those who are local who've been wondering, like, ooh, why are you having a month-long sale? There you go. All right, let's get started with today's show, though, the actual show. We have fetishes and gemstones. So
I've been holding on to these for a while. These got picked up at a flea market in New Mexico. And when I say flea market, it's different. It's a different, like they have what's called like Indian markets and stuff, and it's different than what people think of like flea market. They think of like,
unless you're from those places where they have the gigantic flea markets.
So it's not like somebody's got their old toaster oven.
Yeah.
They had some of that too, which is so weird. But it's but then there's like actual like Native American jewelry and the makers and stuff. So we have some stones.
We're gonna do the stones mostly first.
And those, I don't remember when I got that.
And then if you like chips and nuggets, little nuggets, you're probably gonna like this stuff.
We decided to do half bags.
We're doing half bags. We usually do the full 2x3 bags. We're doing half bags so that we can just make it affordable for everybody in case you want, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They're going to be priced mostly at $6 for a half bag. That's about half of what we normally charge, $12 for a full bag of gemstone chips and mixes.
I think it's still a strand or more. Two strands?
It's probably definitely a strand or more.
The chip, the small.
Suzanne's asking, are they beads or stones? These are beads. These are chips with holes. They are beads.
The fetishes, we have both.
The fetishes, they are going to be drilled and non-drilled. So the non-drilled ones are going to be a little bit less expensive, but we put them together in lots. So you're going to get, I think it's 6 or 8 of them in a lot for not a lot of money. And they're, well, we'll get to those and we'll tell you more about those as we get there. But they're carved by Stacy Turpin, and he is a Native American veteran and part of the Navajo tribe. So we'll get to those, though, in a little bit. Navajo Nation, I guess.
And then it's part of the Bitterwater clan.
Bitterwater clan. So they are shell. They are carved shell.
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 Sometimes his Southwestern Pennsylvania comes out and something like he said, shale.
Shale. Shell. Shell. Like hell. Shell. Shale. Yeah. So
That's like pill.
pill.
How do you say? No, you're not gonna.
I'm not gonna say it now. Pill.
Because you say pill.
Pill. Because it's like ill. Pill. You're ill. You take a pill.
Peel.
Peel.
I
Take your
don't
pill.
know.
Take your pill. I don't know. Take your
Pill.
pill. Take your pill. Yeah. Sometimes that.
Like that.
Well, even
double L.
Andrew's starting to get it a little bit. He's
I
starting
did.
to
I say slippy too.
say slippy. Sometimes you leave out to
Red
be.
eye.
I've noticed lately. Like it needs cleaned. That's a thing we say here instead of it needs to be cleaned. I've seen in some of your writing you leave that out now.
Abbreviated.
Right.
Oh, it makes sense.
Right. Why do I
need this extra? I already talked enough.
So Marion says shell is not great to carve. No.
It's actually one of those things that you have to be very, very careful. There was an artist, maybe 6 years ago, I want to say, maybe even longer. I can't remember. It all blends together. But she purposely used natural materials because she did not want to have health issues and she didn't want her impact on the environment to be detrimental. And she was getting poisoned. And what it was is she wasn't wearing a mask.
Oh.
And the shells that she got from the river were in an area that there was like some kind of spill or something. And so the shells had absorbed the heavy metals. And so she was getting heavy metal poison. And the powder was going on her skin. And she was getting slowly poisoned. So you have to be very careful when you're doing this.
Yeah. Lennis says, I have several Zuni fetishes, non-beads, mostly bears and corn maidens. We've got some of that coming up. Norma says, I still have trouble here in Kentucky knowing whether people are saying pin or pen. Pain, yeah, that's that pin. I've heard that before. Pan. That pin. Lennis says, oh no, the sad story with the shell lady, heavy metals. Marion says, the first time my sister pronounced words that you Americans say differently, we gave her such a bad time. Suzanne said, snakes. We might.
No.
No snakes?
I took them.
Oh.
Sorry.
I couldn't remember. Andrew took the snakes.
I might share one.
He took the snakes. There were snakes. Brooke says, Mullock shells picking up pollution. I remember reading about that. All right, let me flip the camera before we lose everybody. We had 30-some people watching. We're down to 26, which is still...
We're not spilling the tea.
Which is still pretty good.
You're not spilling the tea of... Everybody wants to know the secret.
What secret?
Of the moving secret.
The moving secret? We already did that.
I know, but then they're like, oh, now I know. Bye.
Now I know. Oh, Barnaby's still in my lap. Oh, he says that's enough. He's like, fine, I'll leave. And actually, I'm getting a little bit chilly. I gotta put my sweater back on. I took my sweater off.
I am not.
Because I was sweating in my sweater. And I was like, now I'm chilly.
I'm roasting.
You're roasting? You're not feeling good.
My head hurts. I probably have Ebola.
Cheryl says, I like tea. Right? Who doesn't like the tea? All right. Let me turn on this extra little...
I got it, y'all. I just don't feel... I don't want to share too much tea.
Oh my goodness. What kind of tea are you planning to share now?
None. I just said I'm not going to share it. But I got it.
He's got all the tea.
Too much. I want a day of one day that has a break. That would be nice.
Suzanne says Cinnamon loves Barnaby.
There's too much tea.
Too much
tea.
Remind me I put my keys here, Andrew.
Let me have somebody else's tea. Somebody else, not my tea. No more of me tea.
Okay. All right. What's number 1?
We didn't even talk about Touchstone. So the thing, if you voted, if you became a member and voted, thank you so much. That really helped. We were successful.
We got the vote we wanted at Touchstone. So if you did become a member, help us vote. Thank you. Okay.
Like ready.
That's it. Yep.
Enough of your tea.
Enough of that. Enough of that tea.
Enough of your tea.
They're looking at a blank table. So this is FS slots for fetishes and stones. FS1. FS1 are these. So you get a lot of 12 of these. I'm blanking. Coral. What kind of coral is this, Andrew? Sponge coral.
Vintage.
Vintage from the archives. Vintage sponge coral.
You know I love that color.
Yes. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them for $6. So it's 50 cents a bead only. Teresa's asking how you buy. Here's the, just like always, take down the lot number, send it to us in an email.
It's not always.
Well, when we have lot numbers, that's generally
80%
it. Whenever you see these, that's usually how it is. But now it's down there. So to purchase, send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com. Send us FS1 in the subject line. Send it to info@allegorygallery.com. Hit send. And we have 4 of these available. That's all that Andrew's letting go of. 4 of these available. These are beads. They have holes. As soon as it says yay, the crawl appears, right? The tags. Tag lines down below, scrolling across. So
I see somebody already got some.
Oh yes, thank you. We're getting the email. I have the. We're up here on my desk, so I can have the computer on.
I like the money sound better.
Yeah, it's not as good as hearing the money sound, but we can see the emails coming in. So somebody grabbed some of these already. Thank you so much. We only have 4 of them available. These are really pretty beads. And they're only 50 cents a bead. They're super lightweight, great for earrings.
And it's old coral too.
Old coral. Yeah, this is not new. This is old coral, vintage stuff. Getting some more emails for these. So getting close to selling out on those. So thank you so much. We still have at least 1 available if you'd like that FS1.
Gertie, she was crying, so I got
Gertie was crying. Gertie. Ida Bell was talking to me and talking and talking and talking so much.
Tallulah broke a plate.
I left a plate in there and Tallulah knocked it off the thing, and I think it scared Ida Bell because she's talking about it so much.
Well, Tallulah, I don't know, something wrong with her. She rushed a little hard.
She likes to be a little adventurous. I don't think I'm going to take these out of the bag.
No, I don't.
Because this is...
maybe if you have a triangle, do you have a triangle?
I do not. I have this little thing. I can put them in this.
They used to have a triangle up here.
This might work. So the next one, this is lapis. Lapis beads. And these are $6. FS2. If you like chips, I know some of y'all like chips out there.
These are more like small pebbles.
They are kind of more like small pebbles.
Because chip, I always think is more like flat.
Yeah, I guess. Some of these are flat. Some of them are more like pebbles. Most of them are more like pebbles. But you get a half a bag of these. And like I said, we're doing it by the half a bag, so we can just charge you $6. There are more available. There are 7 of these available if you'd like them. Thank you. I see some orders coming in for this one as well. So FS2, these are lapis chips or pebbles. And just so you can see there what they look like. Now, I don't know. Maybe this was not a good idea. That was not a good idea. I forgot this has a little... We're just going to set this aside. I'm just going to show them to you in the bags. Okay, Andrew's going to help. All right. There's that one. He's putting Gertie away. So I'll show you this a little longer before Andrew comes back to help. But
What do you think?
that's what I said. You have to put her away.
We're just going to be wild and free.
Susan asked, did anyone else's pets get confused by going off daylight savings time? I've heard a lot of stories about people having to wake up really early with their dogs. And
our cats are pretty good.
Our cats are pretty good. Barnaby and Gilbert gets up early in the morning and he does his own thing.
He's a morning kid.
He's a morning kid, but he gets up and he doesn't bother anybody. He gets up and he goes and looks out his window and he walks around a little bit. And if we're around in the morning, I get up to go to the bathroom or something, he talks to me really, really vocally.
He's really sweet in the morning.
He's very sweet in the morning. He prefers the morning time. And then sometimes he goes back to bed a little bit. But Barnaby, generally, he gets up in the middle of the night sometimes if Andrew's up. But he normally sleeps with me. And he then comes and he gets up every once in a while. And then, but he will sleep until I wake up, generally. He gets to a point where he comes in the morning and sleeps with me. And we'll just lay there until I get up.
Babette was not like that.
No, Babette was very much waking up she would wake you up.
She had a schedule and everybody was on her schedule.
Yeah, she liked to keep to her schedule. Marion says, my cats have had no changes. Can't say the same for me. I know, right? Cheryl says, our younger rescue woke me up at 3 a.m. for his walk. You said it was probably going to, right? Yeah, if I had gone to sleep when I felt like going to sleep last night, I'd have been awake at 3 a.m. too, wide awake.
I was exhausted last night.
Susan says, sigh, mine 3. If I'm working, a mess is made. Norma says, my cats want dinner at 5 p.m. now instead of 6. The morning is the same because I feed them when the living room timer turns the light on, which stays the same. So these are peridot. Beautiful peridot. Look at how gorgeous these are. This is a sampling of what you'll get. It's half a bag, and we have 6 of them available. Before I even talked about them, we have some claims on them. FS3, only $6. And I think that's like a good strand, probably at least in there. A chip.
Probably 2 strands.
So there you go.
At least a strand and a half.
So there you go. Nice, beautiful. Look at the color in these though. These are really nice. Really nice chips or pebbles, whatever you want to call them. I keep calling them chips. They're really more like small pebbles. But they are beads. They do have holes. And so there you go.
Some of these are oval.
FS3. Thank you. Barnaby, you came back. All right. These are really pretty. These are a little bit larger, but these are gorgeous quality. Fluorite, possibly mixed.
It looks like there's a little bit of citrine.
It looks like there's some citrine in there, but we think mostly fluorite. I don't know about amethyst. I think it's more fluorite, but these are larger. But look at the quality of these. Like, where do you see fluorite like that?
Rainbow fluorite.
Rainbow fluorite in such clarity. FS4. We have 7 of these available. If you want more than one, when you send it, say FS4 times 2 or times 3, however many you want. It is first come, first serve in the email. How to claim is scrolling across the bottom. We're getting a number of these coming in pretty quickly. Y'all are definitely seeing how beautiful these are.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's see, FS4.
Do y'all like these half bags?
We've actually oversold on these already. So that's it. Thank you all. That one's sold out.
Wow. Isn't that pretty color palette?
It is so pretty. So pretty. All right. Next up, FS5. This is rhodochrosite. And these are definitely more like chips. Beautiful color. I know some of y'all aren't going to like that because it's the pink. but
Favorite, Marianne.
But it's beautiful rhodochrosite, right? Rhodochrosite. And some of these are really, really gemmy too. It's just such a beautiful, you can tell this is old stock, right? So there you go. This is FS5. We have 7 of these available, of these rhodochrosite chips. $6 only per bag, half bag.
Do y'all like the smaller bags?
Yeah, do you like the idea of the smaller bags? Instead of spending $12 on a full bag, let us know what you think. We never know. We never know what y'all like or don't like best unless you tell us.
Well, we try to listen to what you say.
Yeah, we definitely try to listen. Michelle says, saving my money on what I need for in the store. Donna says, Andrew, I do.
Who is it?
Donna.
What she want?
She says, I do like the small bags.
Oh, good.
Michelle says, I like both. Yeah, we try and give you the options, right? So this is FS5. I know rhodochrosite is not always everyone's favorite, but these are, like I said, really good examples of rhodochrosite. If you're looking for that color, you're not going to find, I don't think, better examples for the price on these. Suzanne says, I like the small ones. Teresa says, I like the smaller bags. Norma says, yes to the smaller bags. Marion says, the small bags are a great idea. So there we go. It seems like people like them.
Good.
All right, so that was FS5. Thank you for all those who want to claim that one. And now we're going to get to some of the fetishes.
Are there any gemstones y'all want in small bags? And don't be saying diamonds, because I don't got that business.
Marion says, except for the rhodochrosite. Of course.
It's like when they have that Mommy Dear, happy holidays to everybody except Christina. You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen that
Dearest.
Once in my whole life. So it's been a while.
May everybody have a joyous season except Christina.
Susan says, thumbs up for the smaller bags. All right. So
I like the big bag.
Let me just tell you. These fetishes, these are $24. And originally, we were going to do, what were these? We're going to have 4, I think, in this bag. And Andrew decided to double that, but keep the price the same. So y'all are getting good deals on these. So these fetishes, we have frogs. We got a lot of frogs. Andrew had a lot of these. So that's where some of the extras are coming in. And some of them are a little bit less, like this one looks more like a frog.
Some of them are abstract.
Some of them are a little bit more abstract. Little fish. And then you're going to get the main ones in here. Which I think that was supposed to be a squirrel, he said. That's a squirrel. The head's over here and the tail's there. And then you get like these little bears.
So I'm going to show, don't look William, but show them.
don't look myself, but show them. This is Stacy Turpin. This is who creates these. That's one pendant.
One bead.
One of those.
Put on a head pin and put on a bail.
And it's 34 pounds.
So like $40.
Yeah, probably a little more. So you're getting...
That is turquoise. So.
Yeah, and these are shell. But now these ones, Donna's asking, are they drilled? These ones are not drilled. That's why the price is a little bit lower. We did that price a little lower, but you're getting 8 of them for $24. That's $3 each. $3 each. When you're looking at his artwork that we just showed you, one, even though it's turquoise, one of them was going for, oh boy.
So that's a finished piece. And then scroll up so to reveal the price.
Where's the price? Oh, there you go. $1,200. So these are great.
Yeah, these ones are a little bit nicer.
Yeah, these ones are a little bit more rough, but they are still from this artist. Same artist. Again, from the Navajo Nation, from the Bitterwater tribe, Stacy Turpin. All right. Also an ex-veteran.
I don't think you can be an ex-veteran.
Well, also a veteran, honorably discharged from the Marines. All right.
And he lives west of Albuquerque.
West of Albuquerque. So this is FS6, $24 for 8 of these little fetishes. That's a great deal.
Now, are you showing them individual?
Mm-hmm. I showed each one.
So you get that. That's what you get. If you do decide to drill these, please do it underwater.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that I would not try to drill vertically on these ones because...
No, they're very thin.
And I think that's why they're not drilled. But they would be great for wire wrapping or to embed in epoxy clay, or if you can stone set, maybe prong settings would be cool.
Yeah. Right. Let's see.
You can also make little juju bags and put those in.
Lennis is saying she'd like to see some coral rondelles maybe in bags. Norma says smaller bags of tourmaline would be welcome, especially heavier on green and blue shades. Moonstone as well.
Indicolite, the beloved.
He's like, he's not giving up the indicolite.
No, I picked that out for me.
All right, so this is FS6, $24. You get 8 of these for $24. It's only $3 each. That's a great deal.
Some of those are probably worth double.
At least.
You try. I got a good deal a long time ago. I was going to keep these for myself. And I did keep some. I'm not going to lie.
He kept some.
But I'm feeling like we have to start making some money so we can actually do stuff.
Right. He's parting with a lot of stuff lately, if you haven't noticed.
Mm-hmm.
This is FS7, so you're going to get some more of these frogs.
They're supposed to be good luck.
Good luck, frogs.
Safe travel.
They're super cute, I think.
They have a journey. That's the because they go from from tadpole, or from egg to tadpole to frog. So they're associated with journeys and transitions.
Barnaby.
But there's a lot of different symbolisms.
What you doing, Barn?
Yeah, so I love these. I was making, they're not medicine bags because I'm not Native American. Or apparently one of our ancestors was Native American, but I don't know if I believe that. Um, but who knows? Maybe. Um, anyways, I was making these little talisman bags and I was putting these inside of them.
All right. So there are those 8 for FS7, $24.
And that was the intention.
Susan says, let's see Barnaby. You missed Barnaby at the beginning. You missed Barnaby. He'd love to show, but then the whole table would get hairy and pushed out. All right, so this is FS7, $24. There is only one of each of these, by the way.
You're getting what you pick.
You are getting exactly what you see.
We do have drill ones coming up, so if you are like, oh, I don't know what to do with these, we do have some that are actually beads.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're more fragile, well, I shouldn't say that. So when you drill them, there's a higher percentage of breakage or chance of breakage. So that's why they're a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And they're more work. And these are actually artisan made. These aren't stuff that's made by a machine in a factory in China.
No, these are made by Stacy.
And his work is not really easy to find. So I think that's a nice thing that you have exclusive.
Right.
And you know who the artist is too, which I think is nice.
Yeah, sometimes when you see things like this, you do not know where they're coming from. They just say they're Native American. We actually know who these were made by, and there's a lineage right back to the actual artist. So
I didn't meet him, in case anybody's wondering. I met somebody who lived in Tucson.
All right, so that's FS8 for that grouping of 8 of these for $24.
And I've been trying to track down more, but I can't. So
Yeah, these are not easy to come by.
and it's TURPEN. With the E.
The E.
Do y'all like these, or you don't like them?
You like these or not? Are they boring and you're just like, not my thing? I thought everybody would really like these. I think they're such a cool thing. All hand carved.
I think some people are waiting for the beads.
Maybe. You got the little frogs. Marianne says, Sif is being very vocal today, not sure what she wants.
Hugs and kisses.
Right? That's Idabelle. She's being very vocal too. So here are the little frogs. Cindy says, love pink and both sizes. Michelle says, it's very interesting, the background story of them. Donna says, I like them, but I'm waiting for the beads.
See, I know who it is. I know my people.
Cindy said, would love bags of rubies. I think we have lots of rubies in the online store right now.
Not for $6.
No, not for $6. Finding nice rubies for $6 for a half a bag, that's a challenge.
I don't think it would be impossible, but I don't know about that. Because rubies are a little bit more accessible now than they used to be.
Okay, this is FS9. I like this fish one. I like the fish one. Ruth says, just check back in. Are the fetishes drilled? These ones are not that we're showing you. But we have ones that are coming up. And they will be more money. Just because they are harder to drill and that they survive.
Plus they just cost more.
Plus they cost more, yeah. We have 2 more lots of these, and then we'll move into the drilled ones. And we're doing the drilled ones individually because the price would be too much if we did them in bags like this. So we have a number of those to go through. All right. And thanks for joining us, Ruth.
It's Ruth.
Just says Ruth. Ruth from YouTube.
Ruth Hahn from Somerset. What happened?
What do you mean?
It just got all quiet all
It
of
got
a
so
sudden.
quiet.
Probably your throat is dry like the Sahara.
It is. It's hard for me to. My lips are dry. My throat's dry. My eyes are dry.
I'm trying to think what we're gonna have for dinner. It's gonna be interesting. Let's call mystery dinner.
Mystery dinner. So there we go. There's another 8 of them for $24. Non-drilled fetishes by Stacy Turpin.
Wouldn't these be so cute if you set these with epoxy putty
Mm-hmm.
and then made like a little beaded landscape in the background?
Well, I think it was Lennis talking about she didn't know what to do with chips until she started doing like the mosaics like Christy does.
Yeah.
And to set these in with something like that would be a beautiful way to do that too.
The lapis for the sky, and
then some of these, one of those hummingbirds in there, or
some leaves with those peridot.
Mm-hmm.
Some flowers with that rhodochrosite.
And then you could have a horse galloping through
the fields.
Through the fields. Or maybe a bear. A bear going through the woods.
And if you can't make a bezel, there are so many different options. When you look at like this is more like found art kind of stuff, but like if you can't make a bezel, there are bezels all around us. So like if you get a Snapple, guess what? That lid is a bezel.
Mm-hmm.
Just drill a hole on the top and put a bail, and then you've got a bezel pendant. Or I've seen people use top tab. What do you call that? Soda tops.
Soda tabs?
What's that thing that's called on the top?
It's a tab.
Is it a tab even if it's a cap? Soda pop cap?
No, the tab is that part.
No, what's the one that's like a cap? Lid? Soda lid?
I'd say a cap.
A cap?
Mm-hmm.
Marion, what's
a pop
that
top?
called?
A pop top. FS11, $24 for these 8 fetishes by Stacy Turpin. Bottle cap.
Bottle
says
cap.
Lennis.
That's
Bottle
it.
cap says Lennis.
Bottle
Thank
cap
you, Donna.
y'all.
Marianne says pop top. All right, so that is all of the non-drilled fetishes. by Stacy Turpin.
And so another thing I should say is that I'm finding stuff that I thought was not around because I'm going through stuff a little at a time at the cottage.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what we're going to find next.
Right. So this is FS12. This is $10. It is drilled through the center here. You can see the hole here. $10 for this fetish in shell.
Did I ever tell you about when we went to this auction in Ohio? That person I went with, there's a couple different stories. One of them, we were with a bunch of people, and the guy, he was hammering beans. Like, I've never seen somebody eat so many beans. And we're like, what the hell are you doing? And the next day, and he just smiled. And the next day at this auction, he let loose the rapture on the people, and nobody wanted to stand around those auction items because he deployed the brimstone, the fire and brimstone from the bun cheeks, and people are like, oh.
What is going on?
That sounds some fun auction stories. Because we go shopping all over. So we go to auctions, we go to markets, we go to warehouses.
This is FS13. Little frog has the hole down through the center.
I'm trying to fill the space with some interesting talk.
FS13, $10 on that one.
But one of the tricks on the other people I went to, they had a bottle of water and they spilled it on their hand. And whenever somebody went to go touch it, they would touch their hand with their wet fingers. And people would recoil sharply when somebody got touched with their wet fingers. And then that's how you get that.
Lena says, I'm saving the tops of my vitamin bottles. My friend uses them for stands for mixed media statues.
That's
nice.
Cool.
Michelle says, wow, just beautiful work. Marion says, not sure I need the auction stories.
You don't want some fun stories? I'm trying to be entertaining. I don't feel great, so maybe my stories are off tonight.
FS14.
You know what? Also, in case you've been following along with the cats, we don't think there's the food now because Gilbert got sick.
Yeah, Gilbert got
over the weekend.
He wasn't feeling good either.
So we think it was like a cold or something.
Could have been a
flu bug.
Cold bug going through the house. Barnaby didn't seem to get it.
Good.
I know. So this one has the hole right there through the center. FS14, $10. I like this one a lot. Lena says, I need wine for this, but it's a blood thinner, so I gotta wait.
And then eat some orange rinds. Isn't that vitamin K in it? The white, the pith part. Pith, not pith. Pith. The white part, that's called pith.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was going to confuse it with the other thing.
Well, in case you think I have a list for something.
FS15, this is another little frog, and the hole is drilled down that way, side to side, across there, with that little frog.
Barnaby wants to play so bad.
Yeah, he tries to play when his sisters are out with them, but they take up all the energy. FS15.
Yeah, because they won't stop.
$10. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're showing you fetishes from Stacy Turpin.
Hand carved.
Hand carved from the Bitterwater clan of the Navajo Nation, also a veteran, former Marine, and hand carves all of these and makes beautiful work. Normally, these are not, usually you don't find these.
I thought about going out where he lives because I looked up where he lives. That's how crazy.
Well, when you have something like this, you want to know as much as you can.
I know. I would love to see like him actually carving these.
Right.
I don't know.
So the hole goes through this one down through the center here, and little bird, FS16. Love this one. Such great color on that one.
Yeah, I love those. The beloved.
The beloved. I'm surprised Andrew let these go.
Because I didn't let them all go.
He says I didn't let them all go.
Because you know I love the birds.
I know.
Did I ever tell you once I almost got a book deal on just bird-inspired jewelry?
No, I didn't know that.
And that was a long time ago, and we got caught up on the name. They wanted to call it, I think they wanted to call it Flights of Fancy. And I was like, I do not want to have it called Flights of Fancy. And then I don't know, they ended up giving it to somebody else, and then they changed the name. And then I think they just turned it into like Flight.
So there you go, FS17,
But
$10.
That was a long time ago.
Marianne liked that other bird. I like these birds. Ruth is asking if we have more than one of each. No. What I'm showing you is what we have. Some of, like, we have multiple birds, but they're all hand carved, so they're all a little bit different. All a little bit different. Beautiful birds. Cindy says, I guess it was a joke to get those big rubies on sale for $99. I don't know which ones you're talking about. Don't know what you mean.
For $6?
For $99. What is that?
You can have that one to sell.
Oh, well, that got to go at the end then. These would be very cute for earrings, but you'd have to have slightly mismatched earrings. Some are close.
But they're also hand carved, so.
Yep, that's what I said. They're hand carved. They're all going to be a little bit different. We wanted to do them. We were going to make lots of these, and we decided to do them individually so that more people would have a chance at them, because they would get expensive if we did them in lots. So we wanted to make it easier, more accessible. FS18, these are all $10 each. Marianne says FS16 and 17 are alike enough. You can make earrings, except one of them already sold. So unless that person buys the other one, you wouldn't have it. So
we have a visitor.
Who do we have a visitor? Who's our visitor? Oh, Gilbert. So these are all carved shell by Stacy Turpin of the Navajo Nation. These are fetishes, Native American. He is a veteran from the Marines, and this is what he does with his life now.
Gertie keeps crying.
Gertie will keep crying because she knows you come rescue her if she does. You've trained her to cry.
She needs me.
You know how that works.
Her sweet face needs me.
Her sweet face needs you.
the sweet beloved. Idabelle, she sits on top of the cat condo and she doesn't sass me. She just gets real vocal.
She does get vocal. Let me see.
But mostly on the catio. Did you notice that?
I think it sits this way, like it's perching with its tail down, I think.
It's like a parrot.
I think it's like a parrot. FS19. Yeah, the hole goes through that way. So that would be, well, either this, I think that means a different kind of thing, though. I don't think that is the bird you want. I think you want it this way. Andrew gave me a head pin, which may be too big.
Too big?
There
no, it's not.
Just had a little bit of drill in there still.
Cooper, do you want to hang out with Birdie?
He says, no, I do not.
You're G team.
FS19, $10. FS19, $10.
Do y'all hear Gertie in the background?
I don't know if you can hear Gertie or not.
Can you hear that sweet angel?
Sweet angel Gertie.
That doesn't do anything wrong.
She is I think, the most naughty of all of the kittens.
I don't think so.
She's pretty naughty.
Tallulah just broke a plate. What are you talking about?
FS20. This little bear. I like the crackly look on the back of this one. Or the front. You could use that as the front if you wanted to. But you got the nice kind of shell look on that side. And then this one over here. I like this side myself. FS20. Little bear.
I would take Gertie in a papoose, but she wiggles too much.
Yeah, she does. And she's afraid of heights, so she wiggles and then she's afraid she's going to fall.
She get used to it.
Marion says, love that bear. I do too. Gilbert, what are you doing in your little Heidi house over there? FS21 is another little frog. This frog is drilled through the side.
There's two of these.
Like that.
But they're a little bit different.
This one has some really nice color shine on this one.
Is that the one that looks like boobies? They're not. They're eyeballs.
They're eyeballs. Just the frog eyeballs. At first I was like, what are these? These are naked women? I'm like, no, these are frogs.
Did I ever tell you about the time my mom... my grandparents, they are from the Ozarks, or were from the Ozarks. And so they ate some stuff that some people would be questionable for some people. And one of the things is they used to catch frogs, and they would eat frog legs. It's a big southern thing. And so when they were preparing the frog legs, she got so tickled because apparently she said it looked like a little woman spread her lalabutan.
So this is a little turtle. Look at those cute little turtle feet. Cute little turtle feet, FS22.
Gordy said, cute little torty.
Cute little torty. Isn't that cute? Let me take it off the pin so you can see it better. So cute. FS22, $10.
All the cats and kittens are feeling better.
Marianne says, funny because I was wondering why the frogs had 2 sets of eyes and boobs came to mind. I think that's just so they work both ways. But you never know. Andrew's just loving on Gertie over here. Gertie getting lots of loving.
She's feeling it. You probably shouldn't be hugging them.
No, just in case. I think 22 just sold. Thank you so much. Next up, FS23 is another one of these birds. If you're looking for pairs of these. Susan says, happy the cats are feeling better. Yes, they definitely are. But we have switched them mostly back to kitten food again, just in case it was the food. We think there was a cold or something going through the house because Gilbert ended up not feeling good too for a little bit. But probably the complete change in food didn't help. So we're doing a little more strategically and adding some adult food with some kitten food so that hopefully they can get used to it in case that was the issue. So this is FS23, $10. Thank you so much. I know a number of people are grabbing these. We really appreciate it. I'm going to try and do the spreadsheet tomorrow, maybe tonight, probably tomorrow. We'll see. So you'll have a little bit of extra time to claim. There's Idabelle. Hello, honey. That's my sweet girl. Oh, so talkative, so purring. Such good purrs. Barnaby says, what are you talking about, Daddy? Let me see if I can get that over there. And here is another bird.
Doesn't that look good?
I like this side. I like when they're crackly like that. I know that's not probably the right side. This is the carved side. Donna says, listen to that tiny meow. I know, right? Marion says, you're supposed to change food gradually. Yeah, I think I changed it too fast on them. We were trying to be more gradual, but
they started eating the big kid food by themselves.
Yeah, they started eating it by themselves, and I'm like, okay, they like that. Let's give them some different, because they eat 3 times a day, and so some of their food, I was giving them their entire meal was the adult food, and some of it was still kitten food. But now I'm mixing it all in together, just a little bit adult, mostly kitten, and we'll make the transition.
But I don't think that's what it was. I mean, I don't think it helped. But yeah. Gilbert got sick and he didn't eat kitten food.
All right. Lena says, I think the quality of pet food has gone down since the plague. We've changed brand 3 times. I don't know. We use Fancy Feast, and that's what we've been using for all of our cats for a long time. And I have not noticed I don't feel like I've noticed a real downgrade in their food.
Some of their food looks good.
Yeah, they get some pretty good looking food. It's got carrots and vegetables and shredded and shrimp inside. And they also get food called Reveal.
We make great gardens this business.
They get food called Reveal, and the Reveal is just shredded chicken or shredded tuna, or one of them has, I don't know if it's whitefish and shrimp or something like that. It's pretty much if you just bought tuna for yourself in a can, but it's for cats. And they make it in kitten formula, which means it's just smaller pieces shredded up. And so they do get that too.
But they grew up eating that mix. Because V used to get that chicken from the store.
Yeah. V originally got the chicken. Gave them as a treat. So here's another frog. FS25, $10. That frog goes through this way.
I said, who's the favorite? And Ida Bell said, me.
Ida Bell. Marion says, pet food was less of a problem to find than cat litter for me. I think we had an easier time finding litter than food. We had some food shortages for a while.
Like our Chewy ordered, they wouldn't put everything.
Yeah, Chewy was out of a lot of things, but luckily Chewy saved us a lot of times because we had shipments set up and they would pack those first.
I think that sometimes they send like one time they were back ordered or something, and they sent us everything that was back ordered, and we got like it was like a $500 cat food bill, and I was like, holy smokes.
We didn't get anything that crazy, but it was, yeah, they caught up sometimes. But I mean, it's kind of good because we needed it, but because our local supermarkets were out of a lot of the pet food.
We also tried to switch their cat litter recently, and that was a mess.
Yeah. Well, we went back to what V was using with the paper litter, and
they started eating.
They started eating the litter, so we got rid of that. I did like the wood pellet litter, though.
It smelled good.
Yeah.
We did try this stuff called Pretty Litter, and it worked really good for the first like day or two. But the thing with that is that it's a non-clumping one. So it just would reek of ammonia.
Yeah, if you've ever used Pretty Litter, they say you're supposed to scoop the hard stuff, the solids, and then you use it for up to 30 days, and it's just supposed to absorb the ammonia smell, but it did not work. We had a lot of it too, and it just
after 2 days it was unbearable.
Yeah, it worked fine for like the first day or two, and we're like, oh, this is nice. And then it just reeked.
But also we use it to monitor them because it turns different colors if there's something wrong.
This is a really cool one here, this little wolf creature. I like this one. This is FS26, $10. Lena says, our cats got very sick on adult Fancy Feast, and they won't eat it now. They loved it before. Luckily, that's never happened.
Knock on wood,
right?
I see somebody made a sale in the online store.
That's good. We do still have some great gemstones available in the online store. So if you have not checked those out for a while.
Is that code still good for them?
Yes, I did not shut down the code. If you know what we're talking about, if you watch the videos.
What's that? If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. So that code's still available. But
IYK.
Andrew's trying to do the abbreviation.
YK.
But yes, still some great gemstones available in the sale category in our online store. So if you've not checked those out, I hope you will. That will be changing. I posted about it today. That's going to change on Thursday.
I want to get a laser pointer. I think that could be hours of entertainment.
I bet it would be.
Our things would be destroyed, but
let's see. Teresa said, I raised about 20 stray cats in the resort where I worked. You have to feed them food with not more than 30% ash or they will get kidney problems. Yeah, you want to watch out for that.
What's the one with the most ash?
I forget.
It was one of those like generic brands.
This is FS27, $10.
And then I felt like retroactive guilt.
I know, right?
Because when we were growing up, we had a bunch of cats, and we were super poor.
Yeah, we never spent a lot of money on pet food because we didn't have a lot of money ourselves.
And then I start thinking about all the cats that kind of just went missing, and that probably was that.
Could have been. This is FS27 for this little bird.
But
It's
also,
a little
I
bit
don't
different.
think people knew.
It's a little bit different.
You know, it's before the internet.
No, people didn't know. Not at all. You just trusted the cat food company. Yeah, we just mostly. What was the brand? Like there was Alpo for dogs. And Meow Mix and
it was it was a blue bag and there was a white cat that had black and white spots.
I don't know.
It was probably the off brand.
Yeah, we did not spend a lot of
the Publix off brand. Maybe Lennis knows because she grew up in Florida.
Somebody's purring so loud.
Let's call Isabel. You don't have to worry about who it is. You know who it is.
Now this one is a little bit delicate, it looks like, because this hole, it's a little bit through the side here, just to let you know, but this is a really cool one. Love this one. Looks like a rhino to me. Maybe it's a rhino. Looks like a rhino, right?
I don't think they have rhinos in that.
Okay, then I don't know. What is that?
Javelina.
A javelina?
I would think more javelina than rhino.
Okay.
That's not. They don't have rhinos in like Arizona, but they have javelinas.
Okay, so there you go. Marianne says a strange bison, maybe. So there you go. FS28.
One time we were out in Tucson and we got invited to the stargazing party at this fancy resort because our customers were at this fancy resort, and so they have things like stargazing. And so we went out, and then the customers, they were like, oh, let's go for a walk in the night. And I said, to do what? And they're like, to go hike. And then the concierge had just told us a story about how people had been mauled by these like pumas or mountain lions or something. And I was like, and then they were like, yeah, and we had to put it down because it got the taste for human blood. And then I was like, oh my goodness. And then they're like, oh, let's go look for them. I was like, for what? And then they're like, well, we can always get black light and hunt for scorpions. And I was like, no.
No, thank you. This is FS29. That's the corn maiden, right?
I think so.
I think those are the corn maidens.
That one's inlaid.
Yeah.
I think. And then we went out into the closer, and there was like this scrabbling sound, and like, and they were like making sounds, and I said, and they kept getting closer, trying to see what it was, and I was like, can we not get maybe mauled?
Right.
I gotta work in the morning. I can't be getting the ER visit by the animal attack. And they were like fighting. It was loud too. It wasn't like just like blah, 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 blah. It was like real loud. Like they were getting into a fight. These creatures of unknown origin.
So this is FS29 Corn Maiden, $15. These are a little bit more ornate than the other ones, so they're a little bit more. Marion says, nope, don't go looking for pumas, bears, or scorpions. Michelle says, no. Donna says, nope.
That's like when I was at Aramont just recently, and they have black bears that come. And at one point, my teacher was going to go down this dark pathway, and luckily we started talking about her ancestor riding a turtle. And I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like an Alice Hoffman book. Anyway, so we were talking about that, and we were standing in the middle of this thing, and her husband had went and forgot something in the studio. So she was going to be by herself going in this dark path. And then out from the dark path came these bears. And it was a big mama bear and 5 little baby bears. And yeah, they were there. It was like got real close. Not and they were so cute, and especially the babies, they were so cute. But they said that if you touch the babies, then you get mauled by the mama. So,
Right.
anyways, then my teacher was kind of. She just stood there and started taking pictures. I said, "Back up!
Back up.
I don't need to be the reason there's a loss of the generation of enamelists."
This is FS30, $15.
They're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's back the heck up! Don't need to end up on the news." My Southern came out. But I did. There's that meme. Did you see that one where that little girl's like, "Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?" And it's a bear. And she keeps trying to get up on that dog. I was like, even if it is a dog, that's, I'm getting not something you want to be crawling up on. A strange dog.
Let's see here. Here is this one, FS31, $15.
So does anybody else have a cat that starts farting when they get excited?
Oh my.
Mommy's like, peace out.
I feel like I'm not
Like
getting
this.
I feel like I'm not getting some comments. So I'm sorry if I'm missing any comments, because I feel like I'm seeing partial comments or relating to ones that I don't have. So I don't know what's going on tonight. FS31. This is $15. This little corn maiden. And that's going to be the last of these, except Andrew gave me another one. So we're going to move on to the next lot first. And this is going to be FS32, which are some gemstones, Amazonite.
That 31, it had little turquoise eyes. Did you see that?
Yeah, that one, and somebody claimed that one already. So these are strands. Andrew gave you a dang good price on these. These are Amazonite.
Amazonite.
Amazonite. Beads. FS32, only $12 a strand. What the heck? Andrew must have had a fever. Because these are nice.
Maybe that's what we paid.
These are 12, 13, 14, 15. These are 16 to 16 and a half inch strands. These are really, you can tell they're old because they're like full-size strands. Amazonite, we have 4 strands available. He's giving you at that price. FS32.
Now, these aren't the super gemmy ones. So if you think you can get like Peruvian opal grade, it's
No,
not.
but these are nice still.
I love
For
this
$12?
shit. I was going to make this into a kit.
Yeah, Andrew's like, let's make a kit. And I'm like, let's just sell them.
I was going to make a wire nest and then show how to put the eggs in the nest because they look like eggs.
So if nobody buys them, they may come out in a kit later.
You can be like, I know those.
Michelle says that's an old strand. Yeah, right? When they're 16-inch strands, like full 16 inches.
Doesn't that look like an egg?
They do look like eggs. Robin's eggs. So there they are. There are 4 of them available. FS32. Each one is only $12, y'all. $12. Dollars. It's like those women on the show. Unsellable house. You see it.
She does it on purpose.
Dollars.
Like, I think she says it because she doesn't use it when she's just like talking regular. It doesn't sound like that. But then when she's like telling the clients, then she like overemphasizes the word dollar.
FS33. So I got to make a paper because Andrew just handed me one more fetish.
One more. That's all you get.
One more. Dominion Movement says, black bears. I remember sleeping in our living room out there while they came around. I was scared as a kid. I'd be scared too.
They're so cute.
They are cute.
Especially the babies. I just wanted to pick that business up and carry it into my room and hug on it.
Marianne says, I guess the universe thinks I shouldn't buy anything. I can't my email. Your email is I can't load my email. So this is the last one. Get ready, because somebody asked for this. Suzanne. Oh my goodness. FS33 is the snake.
Look at Gilbert.
Yeah, he heard those. Gilbert's come up with blinky eyes. He's falling asleep, and he just heard those girls in there making noise in their room.
I think it's Barnaby messing around with
them. Maybe Barnaby. Barnaby plays with them underneath the door. So this is FS33, $15 for the snake. Does this one have a hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it has a hole in the back. I was like, does it go through the other way too? But it does not. I don't think. No. Donna says, there you go, Suzanne. And yes, Suzanne got it. So there you go. All right. All right. That's it, y'all. That's all we got for today.
You're going to flip it around and show my little...
I am going to flip it around.
Midnight kitten.
Let me flip everything around here. Front camera, mirror the camera, doot the camera. Bring that kitten over here. Because if I point the camera that way, it's a mess.
No way.
Come
I look
here,
like
my
basically
baby.
homeless.
Come here, my baby girl.
That's Idabelle.
Hi, baby. How are you today? This is Idabelle, everybody. Say hi, Idabelle. How you doing? Huh?
She's not going to talk.
No, you're not going to say anything to everybody. You're not going to say anything? Oh, she's so sweet.
We read this etiquette, and they said not to use the cat voice in front of people.
That's what they say, but I don't care.
And he's like, I don't like this.
Sweet Idabelle. Sweet Idabelle. Sweet Idabelle. Huh.
Like Sweet Caroline.
Mm-hmm. What you doing, sweetheart? Here you go. Ooh. She's like, don't drop me. All right, everybody. So that's the show for tonight. I hope you found some good stuff. I saw some orders coming in, so thank you all so much. There are definitely some things still left unclaimed. So if you see something, if you're watching this in a replay, some things didn't go during the live yet. So feel free to go ahead and try and send us that email. I'm going to do the spreadsheet, I think, for these tomorrow night after I get home from my other job. I'm going to be filming with Jen. We're going to do, I think, 2 tomorrow so that we don't, so we have one in the, what do you call it? One in the barrel, one in the
Wings.
One in the wings. Because we did not have a Saturday morning tutorial this week because Jen was too crazy busy. So we are
Halloween.
With Halloween and a show. She had a show. So we didn't get one out. So we're going to try and save up and have one waiting in case that happens again in the near future, with all the holidays coming up, which I'm sure is going to happen. So I'll be filming with her on Tuesday, tomorrow, and Andrew will be doing the live tomorrow as long as he's feeling better. And then I will come home and probably do the spreadsheeting for tonight. So you have another day. If you want to claim anything, get your orders in. I will be going through the emails tomorrow. I do believe there is one live that I missed that Andrew did that I got to go through emails yet. So if you were expecting something and didn't get it, that's probably why, maybe. So I need to do that. I still have them marked, I think, in my email. So I'm going to do that too. I just got to go through the video. So that's, I think, it. Thank you all so much. We got to figure out what we're going to have for dinner with our no with our not so easy to use water situation. So we're gonna check that out.
It's gonna be like Chopped, y'all.
It's gonna be like Chopped. What can you do with no water? All right, we have water. Just it's going to be a little different. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Remember, there are gemstones on sale in the online store. So grab those before Thursday. I will be changing things on Thursday afternoon. So the sale collection in the online store, it's up at the main menu. Just go to sale. If you're on a phone, it's the drop-down menu. If you're on a desktop, it's across the top. It says sale, exclamation point. There's good stuff in there, lots of great gemstones in there. If you've been watching our videos, you know you get an extra little discount if you use the special code in the gemstone review videos. We took those gemstones and showed them to you all on video, most of them anyway. So if you're wondering what they look like in movement, videos as close as we can get to in person. So make sure you check out those videos, get those gemstones before they're not on sale anymore. On Thursday, I'll be picking something else, and we'll see what else goes on sale this week. So be sure, if you don't like any of those gemstones or you got them already, stay tuned. Thursday is going to be a new sale collection coming out. I put some new items in the found in-store collection, and because we're having a 20% discount in-store, those found in-store items are also at 20% off. The prices do not reflect that yet, but your invoice will. So if you claim any of those, a lot of Buddha stuff, Buddha heads, Buddha charms and things like that in there, some Nepal beads, Tibetan beads, some sea coop enamel. So we have that in the found in store. I put 10 new things in there today, and I'll be doing more throughout this week. So stay tuned to our Facebook timeline. That's where those are. All right. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you back here probably tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
See ya.